From the Gathering Place in Port Coquitlam, Tri-Cities Community TV presents coverage of the 2024 PoCo Community Foundation Awards.
We're going to get started. I just tried to see how many of the people in the room, mainly women, were girl guides, because when I went like this, when you're a guider, and it worked. So on behalf of the Port Coquitlam Community Foundation, welcome to celebrate PoCo 2024. I am Dawn Becker, and I am truly honored to be the Foundation's chairperson. The Port Coquitlam Community Foundation acknowledges that we work, live, and play on the Coquitlam traditional and ancestral lands, including those parts that were historically shared with the Katzie and other Coast Salish peoples. The PoCo Foundation invests in local charities, like the ones represented here today, that make our community viable and vibrant and stronger. Together with our community partners, our grant recipients, we, and I like to include all of us in that, help make our community a better place to live, to grow, and to thrive. We are always so inspired by the work our grant recipients do in the community and for the community, and we look forward to these projects and programs being delivered within our community. To the many volunteers, a number of whom are with us here today, who worked alongside each other as members of the granting committee to select this year's grant recipients from a very impressive and long list of applicants, thank you. The need is very great in our community, and that increased need only makes the work of the grant committee more difficult. I want to acknowledge and express my deep appreciation to Port Coquitlam City Council for their support of the Foundation. Council helped us get off the ground in 2012, and they continue to support our work. I also want to acknowledge and express my deep appreciation for our dedicated and community-focused board members. We are a working board, and we care deeply about our community. These volunteer board members are Angela Anderson, Sarah Arsenault, Tora Berg, Carly Fryer, Maggie Karpolowski, Niels Lau, Kathleen Nadalin, Mike Reed, and Mike Schutz. Our city liaisons are Councillor Dean Washington and Deputy CAO Karen Gramada. The one board member who is most familiar with the granting cycles and processes, and probably dreams about it, and enables that entire process to run seamlessly is Tora Berg. Please welcome Tora Berg, Chair of the Granting Committee.
Welcome to our annual Port Coquitlam Community Foundation Granting Celebration. Since our last granting event in June 2023, the PoCo Foundation has continued our work to invest in local charities and individuals in order to build a community in which everyone's needs are met. Our own PoCo Foundation community grants, along with the Theatre Society Legacy Fund and the City of Port Coquitlam grants, have kept the grant committee busy. This past fall alone, we reviewed 29 grant applications and recommended 17 recipients to be awarded grants. As always, the submissions continue to inspire as we marvel at the work being done in Port Coquitlam to create a community that is healthy and vibrant. Before we begin presenting the awards, I would like to add my thanks to a number of people and organizations. Firstly, thank you to all of the organizations and individuals who applied for a grant. There are many worthy projects, and we hope to expand our reach to fund more of them. Our heartfelt thanks to the donors to our foundation who make these grants possible. A very special thanks to our granting committee who put in countless hours to review and select the successful grant recipients. Our committee is composed of board members, city staff, and community members, each of whom have served this past fall. They are Dawn Becker, Pamela Farmer, Karen Gramada, Kevin McLeod, Carrie Ann Miller, Elena Nast, Robbie Smith, and myself. I also thank Karen Gramada for her invaluable advice and support as we went through the selection process. And finally, thank you to the Port Coquitlam Community Foundation Board for supporting our process and approving our recommendations. I've asked Angela to help me present the awards this evening. We are pleased to announce the Fall 2023 Port Coquitlam Community Foundation Grant Award recipients today. Congratulations to you all. As I announce the recipients, I would invite the representative to come to the front to receive your award and have a photo taken. To begin, we will recognize recipients of the Community Cultural Development Investment Program grants, also known as the CCD grants from the City of PoCo. These grants support qualifying individuals, groups, and organizations that offer high-quality arts and heritage initiatives for Port Coquitlam residents. Under the Community Initiatives category, we congratulate Mathila Karnik Adarkar and her team, who received a grant of $2,500 for their project Diwali, Celebration of Lights in PoCo. This free-to-the-community event featured a vibrant presentation of dance, music, arts and crafts, and a Hindu-Darshan exhibit. The festival was the first Diwali celebration in PoCo, and it achieved its goal of bringing the community together by way of celebration through music, culture, and cuisine. Accepting on behalf of the Diwali celebration of Lights in PoCo creative team is Mathila Karnik Adarkar. Congratulations. Come on over here and we'll get a picture right here. Thank you. Felice Choir was awarded a grant of $2,500 for their 2023 annual concert, Bella Luce, which took place at the Terry Fox Theatre this past fall. This choir features the talented voices of 25 women from diverse countries who make it their goal to create an exceptional and culturally enriching experience for their audience. Accepting on behalf of Felice Choir is Jerry Park and Hyun Jung Kim. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The Troupe de Poetry was awarded $900 for their fall and winter shows, consisting of 4 to 5 poets who write and perform personal themed poetry for live audiences. Their show provides poetic entertainment in Port Coquitlam, bringing a lighthearted and fun approach to life. Accepting on behalf of the Troupe de Poetry is Karen Hine and Julie Schmidt. Under the project category, Art Focus Artists Association received a grant of $4,500, which will fund ongoing program delivery from this group throughout the year. All activities are free and open to the public, with multiple events taking place, such as Canada Day and Farmers Market, demos by professional visiting artists, monthly art salons, fall and spring art shows, and participation in our May Day events. Accepting on behalf of Art Focus Artists Association is Christine Malone.
Thank you very much.
Hope Lutheran Church and School received a grant of $5,000 for their live presentation of the Christmas story. Community members experienced a unique outdoor performance as they were led through each scene of Bethlehem Walk. Elaborate costumes and sets, along with live performances and narration, culminated in the final scene of the Christmas story, A Stable Under the Stars. Accepting on behalf of Hope Lutheran Church and School is School Principal Danny Nagdegal. Kelowna's Tri-City Polish Association received a grant of $5,000 for their 17th BC Polish Festival in Port Coquitlam, an event offered in PoCo where Polish culture and heritage is shared with the community. This event is the largest Polish festival in BC. Accepting on behalf of Kelowna's Tri-City Polish Association is Anna Wilkinson. Red Fox Healthy Living Society received a grant of $5,000 for their programs, which include a combination of circus arts, old-fashioned toys, and active games that get children and youth moving, learning new skills, and interacting with their peers. Creative Cafe includes puppetry, live music, and crafts that promote environmental stewardship and Indigenous culture. Accepting on behalf of Red Fox Healthy Living Society is Emma Sutherland. Tri-City Iranian Canadian Mini Soccer Society received a grant of $5,000 for the annual picnic day. Sizda Bedar, which was held in April at Gates Park, open to the public. This event promotes community with activities for the whole family, such as dance, sports, music, and food. Accepting on behalf of the Tri-City Iranian Canadian Mini Soccer Society is Mehdi Tabasoli. UBC Art and Justice Project received a grant of $5,000 for their work to support holistic health, well-being, and dignity of currently and formerly incarcerated people in BC through Indigenous guided and trauma-informed art and creative writing initiatives. Free art workshops have been held in this gallery, which allowed participants to interact with the artwork. A representative from UBC Art and Justice Project is not able to join us tonight. At this time, we'd like to turn our attention to our Theatre Society Legacy Art Grant recipients. The Theatre Society Legacy Grant is intended to encourage and support the development, enhancement, innovation, or mentorship of a diverse variety of inclusive arts in the Tri-Cities region of Anmore, Belcarra, Coquitlam, Port Coquitlam, and Port Moody. Our first recipient of a Theatre Society Legacy Fund Art Grant from our fall 2023 grant cycle is the Community Arts Council of Vancouver, who received a grant of $2,500. A touring exhibition will be made up of 14 outside artists. Their backgrounds include being marginalized, artists with disabilities, with language barriers or socioeconomic barriers. They may be self-trained artists with no formal education, or low-income or unhoused individuals based in Vancouver's downtown east side and across Metro Vancouver. A representative from the Community Arts Council of Vancouver was unable to join us as well tonight. Our next recipient is Dreamwriter Productions, which received a grant of $2,500 as well for their project Planet Protector Academy Keep Cool. This program combines immersive live theater, narrative videos, game design, and offline arts activities that inspire and teach kids to be change makers who protect the planet with a focus on energy conservation, active transportation, and climate adaptation. Dreamwriter Productions also sends their regrets. Sing Canada Harmony, I see bow ties, so that's a good sign, received a grant of $2,000 for its event, All Voices in Harmony, a barbershop quartet festival. A fun festival format quartet gathering, this event was organized for quartet singers of every experience level and was the only formal performance opportunity for quartet singers in BC to gather. The event, which took place at the Terry Fox Theatre, was jam-packed, as this tight-knit community showed off their vocal skills for a captive audience. Accepting on behalf of Sing Canada Harmony is Sean Houston. Thanks. Tri-City Wordsmiths received a grant of $3,000 for the Tri-Cities Writes and Reads Festival 2024. This literary festival included programming for children, which encourages them as readers, writers, and storytellers. This event included a book fair, an invitation to local writers and literary groups, and workshops with professional writers who shared their experience. Accepting on behalf of the Tri-City Wordsmiths is Kathy Feller. Finally, we are pleased to announce the Fall 2023 recipients of the PoCo Foundation Community Grants. This grant funds projects proposed by registered charities active in youth, seniors, health and wellness, assisting people who are unhoused, arts and culture, and organized sports. The PoCo Foundation grant program focuses on projects that take an innovative approach to serve the citizens of Port Coquitlam. Our first recipient is Best Buddies of Canada, who received a grant of $3,000 for their friendship program. This program promotes inclusion by creating lasting one-to-one friendships between individuals living with and without intellectual and developmental disabilities by fostering leadership, life skills, friendship, and belonging. With this grant, Best Buddies was able to reopen chapters in 2 schools in Port Coquitlam. Best Buddies Canada sends their regrets tonight. Community First Foundation received a grant of $4,100 for their program Backpack Buddies. In Port Coquitlam, weekend meals are provided to nearly 200 children through 10 schools and organizations. Backpack Buddies fill the weekend hunger gap by getting food into the hands of children every Friday, providing meals, snacks, and fruit, enough food to last the entire weekend and more. And unfortunately, Joanna's sick, so she also sends her regrets. The People's Pantry Food Recovery Society received a grant of $4,145 for their Healthy Hampers program. The Healthy Hampers program recovers food each week from food retailers, wholesalers, and growers. They distribute food to provide nutritious, varied food hampers weekly to over 86 families or 350 individuals locally. Accepting on behalf of the People's Pantry is Alice Hale. Youth Empowering Youth received a grant of $4,000 for their teen-led leadership and personal development initiative, which is designed to empower young leaders aged 13 to 18. YE's comprehensive program addresses critical issues such as identity, self-assurance, resiliency, and personal responsibility. Accepting on behalf of Youth Empowering Youth is Vanessa Wiedeski. Thank you. This concludes the grant recipient recognitions. Please help me to congratulate all of our winners from our Fall 2023 grant cycle. At this time, I'd like to call upon a couple of our previous grant recipients to share how these funds have directly impacted our community. This is why we do what we do. Please welcome Neely Yuta from Plea Community Services to the stage.
Hi, everyone. First, I want to thank the PoCo Foundation. They've been our supporters for many, many years, and our work really depends on supporters like you who help us fund our program, so thank you. So I come from a specific program within PLE, Children of the Street, and we work to prevent the sexual exploitation and human trafficking of children and youth here in BC. Unfortunately, sexual exploitation in general and online sexual exploitation in particular has been on the rise since the pandemic, which is why it's so important that we reach kids before predators do. And the funds that supporters like the PoCo Foundation give us help us do that. So just this school year, we've reached over 2,100 kids here in Port Coquitlam. And in the entire Tri-Cities, it's over 5,000 kids. We go to almost all elementary and middle schools in the Tri-Cities and some secondary schools as well to provide kids with the information and the tools that they need to keep themselves safe online and offline. Just this year, I think we've all heard there were devastating news from Prince George when a boy, 12 years old, ended his life after being sextorted online. So when we say that your donation truly saves lives, we really mean it, because it's so crucial that we can reach those kids and give them those tools so that they know how to keep themselves safe, as well as parents and educators. So thank you very much. We really appreciate all of your support over the years. Thank you.
Thank you, Neely. And now I welcome Mathila Karnik-Adarkar, the driving force behind our first Diwali celebration in Port Coquitlam, to the stage.
Hi, everybody. I take great pride in representing the South Asian community today to acknowledge and amplify the support that we received from the Port Coquitlam Community Foundation towards executing what I love to call a very thrilling, much loved, much talked about Diwali celebration in Port Coquitlam. If I'm allowed a humble brag, I'd like to say that during that entire day, we saw a footfall of close to 500 people. Towards the very end, we had a packed Mabbott Hall with the capacity of 300 people, and I can assure you the entire hall was packed to its very capacity, enjoying what was the coming together of pretty much everybody in the community. We had dances, we had musicians, we had a sari fashion show. We pretty much had everything that we could call as a South Asian representation of just a lot of festivity and revelry. I'm grateful to the foundation and the city of Port Coquitlam for being such fantastic yay-sayers. That's my absolute favorite word, and awarding us with the Community Initiatives Grant. It went a long way in tying up so many loose ends that we experienced as event organizers. On an operational level, it gave us simply the capacity to upgrade our audiovisual equipment, our honoraria budget, because we had performers literally from all over the Lower Mainland who came and showed us their talent and their skill. On an emotional level, it allowed me to respectfully and financially justify the tireless efforts of all the volunteers involved. We had over 45 volunteers for that day, leading up to the day, as a matter of fact. To truly manifest and action equity, diversity, and inclusion, the path is not linear, neither is it flat. But with the support and backing of organizations like the Port Coquitlam Foundation, it becomes a lot easier for community representatives, members such as myself, to take up space and feel empowered. Once again, all my appreciation to the board of directors of the foundation, to the city, and a special shout out to Anna. Where is Anna? I can't seem to see her. Hi, Anna. for simply giving me the opportunity to build and nurture a relationship with the foundation, and I really hope to take this forward. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Neely and Mithila. The foundation connects the community, the donors and supporters, and those organizations that work in and with our community, and that helps to really build and strengthen our community of PoCo. We are grateful to our donors for their generosity, their foresight, and for caring about their community. A number of years ago, 2 caring members of our community created a donor-advised fund with the foundation. This fund is all about enhancing the quality of a life, the length of a life, the saving of a life, or lives. Less than 25% of people living in Canada are registered organ donors. This fund has set out to increase that percentage. Please welcome Guy Lapierre of Live Then Give Canada.
Thank you, Dawn. I want to express appreciation. I want to thank Anna for her work. I see Dean back there. Thank you for yours and the rest of Council's support for not only the cause of transplant in Canada and organ donation, but I like the green, and I want to show that. As you can tell from the suit, and in fact, most of you might know I run the wealth management office across from PoCo Building Supplies. I'm much more comfortable talking about the tax savings and how donor and all that stuff. I can do that. This is a much more personal thing, as Don alluded to. My wife and I started it, and I'm going to be candid with you, it was a bit of a vanity project. So when we got married, we had enough toasters, crock pots, and vice versa. And so we asked guests instead to make a donation to the PoCo Foundation in support of this fund. And they stepped forward. 18 months later, my wife passed away in surgery for her second transplant. So that cause obviously strikes home. We were both transplants. I don't know if I mentioned that, recipients. So the reality of our lives is we walk in the gray between life and death. Many of us need someone to pass away to be an organ recipient. I was blessed. My sister gave it to me. So if you have children, tell them to be nice to your sister. You never know when you need a kidney. So, but let me talk a little bit about how easy it was, how effortless it's been to run. You can imagine that with running a business and grief, we were able to transfer the administration difficulties, the complications, the tax filings, ensure we stay on site. I'm just going to take a quick moment. I almost forgot. John here, John Dyack's in the room, and he was one of the founding members, board members that established the donating, what we're here tonight to celebrate, the granting part. He was critical in establishing that, and one of the key reasons that our fund was so easy and effortless. Got a bunch of regulators, there's separation, and there's a bunch of rules. So the care and attention that Anna and Don with the board members have put to make sure we stay on side. Shockingly, many of my friends and family who are also clients are also the donors. So what turned out, as I said and freely acknowledged, was a vanity project, became a healing project. So our family was allowed or able to rely on this lasting structure or this fund while we were alive. So Amanda's mother is quite in grief and still suffering from the loss. But having this fund in permanence was able for us to process that grief and direct it to a cause without the complications and so forth of CRA, accounting. We do none of that. The receipts are provided. We literally direct donors. Please write out the check properly. One good thing I'm good at is collecting checks. And then the rest of it is, quite bluntly, from a donor's perspective, effortless. The credibility that we gain by not having, we could have set up our own fund, our own foundation, our own society. I am a vain man. Many people say that to you. But the reality was, by going through the PoCo Community Foundation, we aligned ourselves, and the name is meaningful in that it's live then give. So, our intention was when we pass away, we would give all our worldly goods to the community, and because of life happens and the circumstances, we were able to shortcut that, and it's been a blessing in the last few years since Amanda's gone. So the gratitude I have for the people and the many volunteers that make this possible so that my family could enjoy this is, I don't have words. So I want to thank you all the people that make it possible. Thank you.
If you too would like to set up a donor advised fund, please see myself or Anna or any member of the foundation. We can help you out. Last year, PoCo said farewell to longtime resident, volunteer, and benefactor of the arts, Felice M. Wright. Felice was also instrumental in the founding of this foundation. Today we are thrilled to announce that one of the Theatre Society Legacy Fund bursaries will be renamed the Felice M. Wright Performing Arts Bursary. "2023 saw the loss of Hazel Trembath Elementary School, just up the road from me. The immediate and tremendous outpouring of support for that school community was moving. The foundation discussed what we could do to support these unforeseen and very impactful events in our community. Today we are pleased to announce the establishment of the Rapid Response Fund. This fund, generously seeded by an anonymous donor, will provide emergency assistance to help those living in PoCo when a community emergency occurs." That fund was seeded with a $50,000 donation. As I said in my earlier remarks, the Foundation Board cares deeply about PoCo, and we are dedicated to the work of the Foundation. To reflect the integrity of both present and past and future Board members' belief in the work and purpose of the mission statement, strategies, and purpose in serving our community, this Board has established the Legacy Fund. This fund will provide an ongoing legacy from present and past and future Board members and help to ensure the Foundation continues as a viable entity into the future. The Foundation continues to grow, to develop, and to give back to our community. We will all continue to help make PoCo a healthy and vibrant community for all. The Port Coquitlam Community Foundation truly does make a difference for our community and in our community. Together, we continue to support, strengthen, and enrich our community. Thank you for joining us today, and don't get up and leave. Following the surprise performance, I think we're ready. We have a surprise performance. Following that, I invite all grant recipients to please come to the front for a group photo. And following the performance, I would invite you to please enjoy the reception, the remainder of the reception. And now, please welcome to the stage the Squares Barbershop Quartet, Corey Dries, Sean Houston, Alvin Lau, and Daniel Liu.
I'm the vine that fills with gold, I'm the vine that sails her, I'm the vine that catches the fish and takes them home to Liza. If your partner Sally Bo, if your partner Sally Brown, Bo from Twilligate, Morton's Harbor, all around the circle. Songs and rites to cover your plate, cake and tea for supper, codfish in the spring of the year, fried in egg butter. If your partner Sally Bo, if your partner Sally Brown, Bo from Twilligate, Morton's Harbor, all around the circle. I your partner, Sally Brown, PoCo, Twilly, Morton's Harbor, all around the circle. Heinz divided fills the boat, and Heinz divided sails, and Heinz divided catches the fish, and takes them home to lie down. Heinz divided.
Taught to a lot of Canadian school children. It comes from Newfoundland, and Twillingate and Morton's Harbor. Those are all place names around Newfoundland. A very well-known song for a lot of kids growing up here. Arranged by our in-house arranger, Sandra Bruson, who's made a catalog of Canadian folk songs arranged in this style. We pray to God he will press punch and so we can start selling them to everybody. Because we think Canadian songs need to be sung in more places. This next tune is an old-time song, and that's our last song. That a lot of old-timers really love. We were at the hospital just recently on Valentine's Day doing singing telegrams for all the kind folks that are in Lionsgate Hospital. And every time we sang this song, if the person was of a certain age and experience level, they'd be mouthing the words along. So we're going to leave you with one more song, Sugar Town.
Well, sugar in the morning, sugar in the evening, sugar at supper time. Be my little sugar and love me all the time. Honey in the morning, honey in the evening, honey at supper time. Be my little honey and love me all the time. Put your arms around me and swear by stars above, you'll be mine forever in a heaven of love. Oh, sugar in the morning, sugar in the evening, sugar at supper time. Be my little sugar and love me all the time. Now sugar time is any time that you're here, 'cause you're so dear. So don't you roam, just be my honeycomb and live in a heaven of love. Sugar in the morning, sugar in the evening, sugar at supper time. Be my little sugar and love me all the time. Love me all the time.
Please enjoy the rest of the reception.